Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum friends. Welcome to Learning Linguistics with Tia. Today we are going to talk about traditional and universal grammar. But before moving to the lecture, I would like to tell you that you can get complete transcript of this lecture from the link given in the description section. Main objective of this lecture are to identify the innate language specific abilities that allow humans to learn and use language and to understand how these abilities are realized in different languages. Similarly, traditional and universal grammar can be useful for students and scholars who are interested in language and linguistics, as well as for those who are learning a language or working in fields related to language such as education, translation, or language research. So in this lecture, we will go through the basic definition of grammar, syntax and grammar, traditional grammar, universal grammar by Noam Chomsky, and the difference or comparison between traditional and universal grammar, as well as examples of traditional and universal grammar. So let's move to our first slide to learn about these concepts in detail. Grammar is the combination of interrelated areas of study known as morphology and syntax. The study of how small units or morphemes form words is called morphology. And morphology addresses following questions. First one is, what are the components or morpheme of a word? And what is the nature of morphological operation by which morphemes are combined together to form the words? In contrast, syntax studies the construction of phrases and sentences out of words and addresses following questions. What is the structure of a sentence and the nature of the grammatical operation by which its component words combine together form the sentence structure? Before moving to the lecture in detail, I would like to throw light some important concepts, but it will be in the next slide. Syntactic structure is the way of arranging the words for making phrases and sentences. In linguistics, the syntactic structure of a language is the way that words are arranged in order to form phrases and sentences. And syntactic structure is an important aspect of language because it determines the meaning of sentence and how it is interpreted. For example, the cat sat on the mat. The word cat is the subject of the sentence, sat is the verb, and on the mat is the object. These three words form a phrase, and the entire phrase, the cat sat on the mat, is a sentence. Next concept is the constituent is an identifiable subpart of sentence. It can either be a single word or group of words that function as a unit. Most constituents are called phrases. For example, on the mat, the cat, the example of constituent. Let's have a look on what is traditional grammar. Traditional grammar is a framework for the analysis and description of a structure of a language. It also includes the analysis of syntax, morphology, and phonology. Traditional grammar is a set of rules for the structure of language that is based on the analysis of the way words and sentences are formed and used to combine words, phrases, and clauses. Aims is to describe the underlying structure of a language in a systematic and objective way. The task of linguists in traditional grammar is to analyze the syntactic structure of the sentences. Second task is why each of the constituent or phrases are used in the sentences like sat on the mat or the cat. These phrases are combined. What is the rule for combining these phrases? Know the answer of all these questions is the task of linguist in traditional grammar. Next task is explore the category and function of the constituent comprising sentences. Example, in students protest, student is plural noun, subject, and protested is past tense, and also a verb and called predicate are specific and grammatical categories and grammatical function of the constituent. So to know the rules and regulation, those are applied for making phrases, sentences, and clauses is the basic task of linguist in traditional grammar. Universal grammar is a theory in linguistics that suggests the ability to learn language is an innate to human, and there is a universal set of grammar rules that underlies all human language. Theory of universal grammar was first proposed by Noam Chomsky in 1950 and has been influential in the field of linguistics and the study of language acquisition. According to this theory, all humans are born with an innate knowledge of the basic principle of language and are able to learn any language to which they are exposed. This innate knowledge is thought to be encoded in the structure of their brain and to be foundation upon which all languages they are learned is built upon. So Chomsky adopts cognitive approach in universal grammar, and the task of linguist according to universal grammar is nothing except to determine what native speakers knowledge they have in their mind and to know about their native language which enables them to speak and understand their native language. What are the knowledge they have in their mind? And next one is the study of language is part of the wider study of the cognition and human beings know about language. This is the important question that universal grammar is try to discover. The task of linguist is to get the answers of all these questions. According to universal grammar, Chomsky has drawn distinction between two important concepts. First one is competence and second one is performance. Competence is the native speaker's tactic knowledge of his or her own language, and competence is the speaker's his knowledge of his language. In contrast, performance is what people actually say or understand about using language for communication purpose. So competence is the speaker's knowledge that is in their subconscious mind and they use while communicating in their target language. In contrast, performance is actual use of language. When they talk their native language with someone, then they use the knowledge that is in their mind in the form of competence. So competence and performance are two important concepts that Chomsky has studied according to universal grammar. Difference between traditional and universal grammar. Most important difference is the traditional grammar is specific to a particular kind of language, while universal grammar is thought to be a general property of the human brain that is common to all languages. And next difference is traditional grammar is based on the study of actual language use. In contrast, universal grammar is theoretical construction that is used to explain the ease with which human can learn any language. Next difference between traditional and universal grammar is that universal grammar is a theory about the innate ability of humans to learn language, while traditional grammar is a set of rules and conventions used to describe and analyze the structure of a particular language.